20 plants that grow without any care. Have you ever wanted to have plants at home, but gave up because you think you don't have the time or skill to take care of them? If so, this text is for you. There are many plants that practically grow by themselves, even if you forget about them for weeks. They are perfect for those who are busy, travel a lot, or simply don't have the patience to water every day. Here, we'll show you 20 plants that survive, and even look beautiful, with almost no care. Let's explain it in a simple way, as if we were talking in the kitchen at home. Why do some plants not need care? Some plants are like that friend who can handle everything. Strong sun, little water, wind, and even a little carelessness. They come from places where nature is harsh, like deserts or dense forests, and have learned to store water or grow slowly so as not to waste energy. Others are so resistant that they even adapt to indoor environments, such as living rooms or bathrooms without windows. The secret is to choose the right ones. Let's look at 20 easy plants. 1. Cactus. Everyone knows it. They store water in their thick leaves and can withstand months without watering. Just a little sun and that's it. If you forget about him, he won't die. Just don't leave it in a very cold place. 2. Succulents. They are cousins of cacti, but have plumper and more beautiful leaves. They like sun, but don't need a lot of water. One watering every 15 days is enough. If the leaves are wilted, it's a sign that you overwatered. 3. Espada de Sir Jorge. This plant is almost indestructible. It can withstand strong sun, shade, little water, and even air conditioning. Many people have it at home because they say it purifies the air, but the main thing is that it doesn't require any work. 4. Zamioculca, also called fortune plant. It grows slowly and does not need much light. If you water it once a month, it will be happy. It's great for those who travel a lot. 5. Elephant's paw. It got its name because the trunk looks like an elephant's foot. She likes the sun, but can handle shade too. Water only when the soil is dry. If you forget, she won't care. 6. Peace lily. This plant has bright green leaves and white flowers. It likes shade and humidity, but doesn't need watering every day. If the leaves fall, it is a sign that it is thirsty. Just water it and it returns to normal. 7. Ivy. It is a vine that grows anywhere. It can be in the sun or in the shade, and it doesn't need a lot of water. If you want, you can let it climb the wall or in a hanging vase. 8. Lance de Sir Jorge. Similar to the Espada de Sir Jorge, but the leaves are thinner and longer. It is also super resistant and can withstand almost anything. 9. Chlorophytum, Gravitinia. This plant has long, striped leaves, like a tie. It grows quickly and doesn't need much sun. If you water it once a week, it looks beautiful. It even produces babies that you can replant. 10. Aloe vera. Aloe vera. In addition to being useful for burns, aloe vera is easy to care for. She likes sun and little water. If the leaves become thin, it is a sign that it needs more water. If they turn yellow, you are watering too much. 11. Boa constrictor. It is a climbing plant that looks beautiful in hanging pots. It grows quickly and doesn't need direct sun. Water only when the soil is dry. If the leaves are small, it means it needs more light. 12. Agave. It looks like a cactus, but it's not. It has thick, pointed leaves. It likes the sun and hardly needs water. It's perfect for those who live in an apartment and don't have much time. 13. Kalanchoe. This plant has colorful flowers and chubby leaves. She likes sun and little water. If you forget about it, the flowers may fall, but others will soon appear. 14. Dracaena. There are several species, but they are all easy to care for. It likes indirect light and moderate watering. If the tips of the leaves turn brown, it is a sign of dry air or not enough water. 15. Sansevieria, another name for Espada de Sir Jorge. We've already talked about it, but it's worth repeating. It's one of the easiest plants in the world. Survive even in the dark. 16. Peperomia. It has small, beautiful leaves in various shapes. Likes shade and little water. It's great for placing on the table or on the shelf. 17. Croton. This plant has colorful leaves, in shades of red, yellow, and green. She likes the sun, but doesn't need a lot of water. If the leaves fall, it is a sign that it is cold or lacks light. 18. Philodendron. It is a fast-growing vine. Likes shade and moderate watering. If you forget about it, it doesn't die, it just grows more slowly. 19. Yucca. It looks like a small palm tree. Like sun and little water. It's perfect for those who want a beautiful plant without a lot of work. 20. Denharoembunch. This plant has small, round leaves that look like coins. It grows quickly and doesn't need direct sun. Water only when the soil is dry. How to take care of these plants, or rather, how not to take care of them. The basic rule for all of them is, less is more. Most of these plants die from too much care, not lack. Here are some simple tips. Water. Water only when the soil is dry. Put your finger in the soil. If it's damp, wait a little longer. If it is dry, water until the water comes out of the bottom of the pot. Light. Some like the sun, like cacti and succulents. Others prefer shade, like peace lily and peperomia. If the plant is getting weak, move it. Vase. Use vases with holes in the bottom for water to drain. If the water stands still, the roots rot. Fertilizer. These plants do not need fertilizer every month. Once every 3 to 6 months is enough. Use liquid or granulated fertilizer, following the instructions on the package. Cleaning. From time to time, remove dust from the leaves with a damp cloth. This helps the plant to breathe better. What to do if the plant is dying? Even the most resistant plants can cause problems if they are neglected too much. Here are some signs and how to resolve them. Yellowed leaves. Could be excess water. Let the soil dry before watering again. Withered leaves. Lack of water. Water it well and see if it improves. Burnt leaves. Too much sun. Move the plant to a place with indirect light. Small or weak leaves. Lack of light. Place it closer to the window. Pests. If bugs, such as mealybugs, appear, clean the leaves with a damp cloth and neutral soap. Final summary. Plants for those who don't have time or patience. Having plants at home doesn't have to be complicated. The 20 plants we've listed here are perfect for those who want beauty without the work. They can withstand forgetfulness, lack of light, air conditioning, and even that friend who only waters when he remembers. Just choose one, or several, place it in a pot with holes, give it a little light and only water it when the soil is dry. Ready! You will have a stress-free green corner. If you are a beginner, start with a St. George's sword or a succulent. They are the easiest of all. Then, try others. Over time, you'll get the hang of it and may even be excited to take care of plants that need a little more attention. But for now, enjoy these ones that grow almost alone. And best of all, these plants don't require any special tricks. You don't need expensive fertilizers, nor super technological pots, nor to follow a strict calendar. All it takes is a little common sense. If the soil is damp, don't water it. If the sun shines directly on the plant for hours, move it. If it is growing a lot, prune the dry leaves or branches that are getting in the way. Just that. Another advantage is that many of them adapt to different environments. Zamioculca, for example, looks beautiful both in a corner of the room with little light and in an office with air conditioning on all day. The cactus goes well in a sunny kitchen window or even in a bathroom with natural light. And the famous boa constrictor? It will even grow hanging in a closet as long as it gets some indirect light. If you live in a small apartment, no problem. Many of these plants are compact, such as succulents and mini cacti, which can even fit on a shelf or work desk. Others, like the St. George's sword, can be placed in tall vases and look great in empty corners. Even those who travel a lot or forget to take care of the house for a few days can have these plants without fear. They won't die if you spend a week away. And don't think that because they are easy, they are ugly or dull. On the contrary, many have beautiful leaves, vibrant colors, and even flowers. Kalanchoe, for example, produces colorful flowers and brightens up any environment. The Chinese lantern has heart-shaped leaves that attract attention. And the Rhipsalis, with its hanging branches, looks like a true natural arrangement. You can create incredible combinations just with these resistant plants. If you're still in doubt, start with just one. Choose a succulent or cactus, place it in a beautiful vase and watch how it develops. Over time, you will realize that caring for plants is not a big deal. In fact, it's even relaxing. Seeing something grow because of a little attention, or even without it, is a nice feeling. And when you least expect it, you'll have several of them around the house, each at their own pace, without stress. So, if you've always wanted to have plants but thought there was no way, try these. They are proof that even those who don't have time, or talent, can have a greener and more cozy space. And the best, no headaches. And you don't have to worry about daily watering or complicated fertilizers. These plants are like those quiet visitors that appear every now and then and don't require much work. They survive with the basics: a little light, water from time to time, and a vase with holes in it to avoid waterlogging. Some, like the St. George's sword, even like to be a little forgotten. If you go away for a week or two, it will stay there, firm and strong, waiting for you to return. Another advantage is that many of these plants adapt to different environments. Zamioculca, for example, grows well both in places with plenty of light and in darker corners of the house. Rosemary, in addition to being resistant, also leaves a good smell in the air and can be used in the kitchen. It's like having a fresh seasoning always on hand, without having to run to the market. If you live in a small apartment, no problem. Many of these plants look beautiful in small pots or even hanging. The boa constrictor, for example, grows like a vine and can be placed on a high shelf, letting the leaves fall like a green curtain. Or Rhipsalis, a type of cactus that looks like a bunch of thin threads and looks great in hanging pots. And if you have children or animals at home, it's a good idea to keep an eye on them. Some plants, like Minoan can, are toxic if ingested, but others, like peanut grass or kalanchoe, are safe and still produce beautiful flowers. Just choose the ones that best match your everyday life. The cool thing is that, over time, you'll get the hang of it. You'll notice that some plants like more water, others prefer to dry out between waterings, and some even do well with indirect light in the bathroom. You don't need to memorize rules, just observe. If the plant has wilted leaves, it could be a lack of water. If they are yellow, you may be getting too much water. With these resistant species, mistakes are quickly forgiven. And don't worry if a plan doesn't work out. Sometimes the problem isn't you, but where she is. Try changing the vase or environment. Some like to stay close to the window, others prefer a more protected corner. It's like arranging the furniture in your house. Sometimes, just by moving it around, everything becomes more beautiful. In the end, having plants is like making friends with nature. They don't require much, but they give back a lot of good things: cleaner air, a happier environment, and even a feeling of calm. And the best thing is that, with these species that require so little, even those who have never had a vase in their lives can start. All it takes is a little curiosity and willingness to make your home greener, one step at a time. Here are some more tips for those who want to start with plants that almost take care of themselves. One of the best parts about having these species is that they don't need frequent watering. Many of them, like the St. George's sword or the cactus, last weeks without water. This is perfect for those who travel a lot, forget to water, or simply don't have the time. Just set a reminder on your cell phone to wet them every now and then, and that's it, they're still going strong. Another advantage is that these plants do not require fertilizer every month. Some, like Zamioculca or Chinese lantern, grow well even in poor soil. If you want to give them a boost, you can use a little organic fertilizer once or twice a year, but it's not mandatory. They are like that friend who doesn't complain if you don't call every day. They are always there, free of charge. And if you live in a place with little light, that's okay. Many of these plants adapt well to shady indoor environments, such as bathrooms or hallways. The boa constrictor, for example, grows even in darker corners, and its green leaves add a special charm to the space. The peace lily even blooms in places with little light, bringing a touch of color without requiring direct sun. For those who like plants that multiply easily, some of these species are great for sharing and giving as gifts. Aloe vera, for example, releases seedlings that you can replant in other pots. It's like getting a new plant for free. And if you have a succulent, like Echeveria, just break off a leaf, let it dry for a few days and plant it. In a short time, it will take root and become a new plant. The coolest thing is that these plants are not only resistant, but also versatile. They match any decor style, from modern to more rustic environments. A vase with a large cactus can be the highlight of a coffee table, while a hanging fern adds a fresh, natural look to any room. And the best part, you can change the pots and places as your taste changes, without fear of harming the plants. If you're still unsure about which one to choose, start with one or two species that catch your attention the most. Then, add others little by little. You don't need to fill your house with plants all at once. The important thing is to create this habit without pressure. Over time, you will realize which ones are your favorites and how they best fit into your space. And don't forget, plants are living beings, so sometimes they can give signs that something is not right. Yellowing leaves, for example, may indicate excess water. If this happens, just adjust the watering and observe. They are resilient and, most of the time, recover quickly. In the end, having plants is a simple way to bring more life into your everyday life. They don't ask for much, but they transform any environment. And with these species that practically take care of themselves, even beginners can feel like successful gardeners. So, how about choosing your first plant today and see how it will make your home more beautiful and welcoming? Here are some more tips to make you feel even more confident when choosing your easy-to-care-for plants. One of the best things is that many of them don't even need direct sun all the time. If your home has little natural light, for example, species such as Zamioculca or Espada de Sohoy do very well in darker corners. They grow slowly, but are still beautiful and healthy. Another advantage is that several of these plants are great for purifying the air. Ivy, for example, is a climbing plant that can hang in pots or climb up supports. It helps filter toxins from the environment and also adds a special charm to the space. The peace lily, in addition to being beautiful, is resistant and releases white flowers that make any corner happier. And the best part, it lets you know when it's thirsty, because its leaves are a little droopy. Just water it and it will return to normal quickly. If you live in an apartment or have little space, plants like cactus and succulents are perfect. They take up little space and can be kept in small vases and even on shelves. Cacti, for example, need sun, but almost never water. Succulents, like Echeveria, have thick leaves that store water, so you can forget about them for weeks and they will still hold on. And if you like plants that grow quickly and add a touch of green in a short time, fern is a great option. It likes humid environments, such as bathrooms, and adapts well even in places with less light. Another plant that grows easily is lucky bamboo. It can be grown just in water, in a vase with pebbles, and looks beautiful on tables or shelves. The coolest thing is that, over time, you'll get the hang of it and discover which plants best suit your lifestyle. If you travel a lot, for example, you can choose species that can last longer without water, such as the São Jorge lance or the happiness tree. If you like plants that produce flowers, geranium and violet are resistant and fill the environment with color. And you don't have to worry about making mistakes. Even the easiest plants sometimes have bad days, but most recover quickly. The important thing is to observe and learn from them. If a leaf falls, if a tip becomes dry, just adjust the watering or change its location. Over time, you will understand what each person needs and you will feel increasingly confident. Having plants at home is like having little companions that make everything more alive and cozy. They don't require constant attention, but they repay you with beauty, freshness, and even a little peace. And the best part, you don't need to be an expert to get started. Choose one or two species that caught your attention, give them a chance and see how your home will take on a new vibe. Who knows, maybe you'll discover a new hobby and end up filling your house with greenery.